How's everyone doing?
Good.
I'm fine.
Taurus? Alright, well.
I think I might be muted. Hardware muted.
No, he's not muted.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, no, I use push to talk all the time.
Oh, I see.
Well, since Orang and I both live in the same house.
Wait, whoa. You guys live in the same house?
Apartment, but yeah.
Nice.
Since when?
Uh,
Excuse me?
Forever.
I thought you lived on the same street or whatever, but what?
No,
Alright.
literally, I can yell down at the hallway and.
You could occasionally hear them from the other's microphone.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't he doesn't play with push to talk or whatever, so like, but I do because I know one of us is gonna laugh really loud or something stupid.
Well, fair.
Reduce the feedback as much as possible.
Smart.
I'm gonna let my cat out of my room. Be right back.
Cat person in game and out of game. What?
No, you did not.
Yes, I did. Anyway. What was I going to do? Not that. Not this. Oh yeah, this. The session has started in World End 1, so if you can join that, please and thank you.
Alright, I'm back.
I need to keep track of my calendar. God, my room is such a mess.
Alright, I'm here.
Hello.
Hello, welcome
Hello.
back. Just organizing a few things. And then we can begin. So, last time, the party, you guys finally confronted the stone golem that was guarding the Varalian sanctuary, and going further inside, found and extracted the sword which Litrix now has. And you leveled up. I assume you guys took care of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
for sure.
All right.
Did that.
So do we have one part monk and one part bard now in our team?
Yeah. I have one level
Yep.
monk.
Nice.
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 I'm
So-
a paladin.
I'm a runk.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god.
Moog. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm either
I
a
was saying
runk or a
that shit
mogue.
last night.
Yeah, I'm either a monk or a mogue.
All right. Well, anyway, heading back to the town of Cerna to probably stay the night, as it is getting quite late by the time you get there. What do you guys
I
want to do?
thought we found a room
Yes, you found a room.
before
yes.
this session. Yeah.
Mhm. Anything you want to do for the night?
I'm gonna try to continue to keep trying to teach, sir. Carolyn Thieves Camp. There we go.
Right. At the same time, she's teaching you the ways of martial arts, we shall say, and this is how you're getting your level in monk.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Make
I'm
you two of
going
my
to
Make let's call it an intelligence check. See how well you can teach.
Ooh, 21.
21. You can teach quite well. Let's see how good she learns.
I mean, the first time I rolled a nat 1.
Okay. She's getting a little bit lost in the intricacies, but is following for the most part.
I'm going to read the book.
Mm-hmm. You get an extra few hours of reading, and at this point you will be considered proficient in alchemy supplies, specifically to make
Ooh.
potions.
So is that proficiency in alchemy set, or
yes,
just potion making? Okay.
alchemy set, but more specifically in potion making. Not that it's going to
Alright.
make that much of a difference mechanically, but
Mm.
I will be making a system for making potions. I am actually working on that on a separate World Anvil page, what the book actually contains.
Alright.
So whenever you want to make a potion,
So-
I will give you some details about that.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I would like to attune to Alvadendra.
Very well. When you do that, it takes some time of focusing on the sword and like learning its intricacies, swinging it around in the air a couple times. You notice that it has on the blade itself some engravings that glow a little bit after the process is complete, and you realize that it has more power but requires something else to unlock it.
Yes. Do these engravings look like words? And if so, can I read them?
They do not look like words. It's like an etching made to look like vines and leaves, more decorative.
Okay.
It's a really fancy sword.
There. How long did this take?
You can attune to something over the course of a short rest, so about an hour and maybe a little bit more.
Okay. In that case, I would also like to take an hour to replace my bond from the war pig to Alvadendra.
Sure.
And yeah, that's it.
All right. Doros, how do you acquire your barding skills?
More horn tootin', baby.
Nice. Doot doot. Just for fun, well, no, I guess the level in bar would give you proficiency in an instrument.
Yep.
So there you go. You're proficient, I assume, in horn.
Yes, I am now a horny bard.
Literally. Well done. Well done, you filthy animal. All right. So the night eventually comes to a close, and dawn arrives once again. On the next day, let me just keep track on my calendar. So, you are there with your companions, or maybe not, in the case of Doros. You guys awake, breakfast is had, and Eleonora and Invar are the first to ask, well, now what?
Well, now we go back, finish the wedding, and go back to the mansion, pick another map, and we go again.
Repeat. For
Yeah,
profit.
rinse and repeat.
Adventure.
Yeah, Doris just kind of shrugs. He's like, yeah.
Like, the big mystery is what happened to Steel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Well, it's not really a mystery.
What happened?
He died.
No,
Yeah,
He's
but
not
like,
missing. He's
Well,
buried in the
no.
departing fields.
right,
There's one
You
place
weren't
he was
there for
looking,
this.
right?
Yeah, he looked at this one mystical place, and we had a conversation with these mystical dudes in a different place that basically shit on us. So
Also, didn't
yeah.
we encounter like a god or something? My memory is really.
yeah, that's what I mean by
Spongy.
we talked to some we talked to some good
Oh, yeah.
guys that shit on us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we, yeah, but Invar, you said something about these items that Meandors are wearing, and
I did,
Litrix,
yes.
right? So maybe our goal would be to try and find the rest of the set, like finish a set.
That would be something to pursue. I would have to look back and see if maps detail where the other items are. At this point, I cannot quite recall if they do. It mentions them by name, but some of them are not necessarily that obvious, shall we say.
Yeah.
Also, we need to get a rank season magic item.
I mean, yeah, I'll be fine with that. Unless you guys want to go and complete the set, don't matter to me.
I'm sure there's something we can find nearby at least.
How much time do we have till your wedding?
I thought, what wasn't it like a month or two?
Isn't it like
a couple
2-3
weeks.
weeks at this point?
A couple
Yeah.
weeks. Okay. Yeah. So we have like a couple more weeks.
Although, who knows how people are going to think now that you've run away with your wife to be. Well, in any case, best return to the town and complete this affair. I still have to figure out what it was that we found back in the in the garden over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. DM, remind me.
Yes.
Where was? Oh wait, I don't have another map with me. But
You do not.
where was the Cinder Caldera?
Cinder Caldera
again?
in Arpago, I think.
So Arpago, that's not
Caldera.
that's
Arpago,
not
yes.
the area we're in.
No,
No, okay.
it most certainly is not.
Gotcha. And neither is the Palace of Forbidden, right?
The Palace of Forbiddance is also in Arpago. Yeah.
It's all yeah. Okay.
For things that are in Aethoria, you will have to go back to the manor.
Yeah, yeah. Damn, I wish we could just, draw a circle on the ground and teleport there, but
I
Give
unfortunately
me
cannot
some tips.
do that. That is not my specialty of magic. I believe that's a conjuration specialty.
yeah, it's when is the
That
boat
would
arriving?
It would be useful, actually.
And look at the time when the boat is supposed to be coming.
I mean,
I
there are
imagine
boats
there
that
is
are
like a
going
timetable.
Not as such, but you can ask around, and you get told. Make an investigation check.
Investigation check.
Yes.
All right.
May as well.
Investigation. 13.
13. Yeah, going back to the mainland of to the north. There's a boat in a few hours that is going to be leaving, and you will have to probably secure passage quickly if you want to make it there.
Yeah, I mean, we want to get on the boat, right?
I mean, yeah. Are we just going back to my hometown, or?
Yeah. I guess that's where the horses are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to take the and then where we go next, or?
Yeah,
Well-
that's a discussion, isn't it?
Well, based on time, I think we should get you married first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we, instead of postponing the wedding, move up the wedding?
I mean, I can go see what I can do.
I mean, wouldn't your father be more happy if you say, "Hey, let's do the wedding"? I don't know, like right now.
Right now.
Busy nobles.
Yeah, busy, but well, I can see what he can do.
Well, it's not like it's made to be that much of a spectacle or ceremony. Well, I'm sure they have some plans. But if the reason is mostly political, I don't imagine why they would object to it.
Yeah, I guess we could just I could just ask about it when we go back. But in the meantime, you guys can probably talk about where we go next.
I mean, we kind of need to get back to the manor for that, don't we? Or does anyone here have all of the maps memorized?
I do.
I
Well,
mean,
not all.
pull out
What?
a notebook out of my bag of holding and flip through your pages. I mean, I have them.
I can remember the ones
Not
with
really.
things on them, and some of the other ones.
Yeah. I mean, we have. There's not really much to go out of, and we don't have the specific map.
I mean, like Aranxes can can memorize the map, so I would assume he. I mean, he would have been fine with
Araxes
it, but
has pretty good memory.
yeah.
One might even say photographic.
A pretty keen mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Or something.
And so we, unless you want to go back to the manor, which I'm totally fine with. But
I mean, one way to do it is leaving Invar and URXs here, and then hold up. How does
Never
that
split
work?
the party.
like leave me,
Yeah.
Invard, and Carolyn here.
No,
But
no.
you guys go back to the mansion.
Yeah, pick out a map, pick out a few maps, and then we
Uh,
meet halfway and go wherever we need to go.
Isn't
I guess.
it like a 5-day thing from there to here? Trip.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a second. We have a lot of magical storage. Why don't we just take all of the maps?
Yeah, exactly.
That's an
That's what
option.
I'm thinking
You have
about.
a lot of how much magical storage do you have?
Might
Like
lose
2
a
bags
bag.
of
I look at my bag of holding like from what I gather, a metric ton.
like
Right.
two bags of holding and the pouch and something else, right?
Oh goodness.
And a haversack and a
Um,
cold bag.
Well, I suppose you could try and fit all the maps into one place. I'd never consider that. I don't see why not, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, it's a bit sad that we didn't think of that before we went on this journey now. But yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't have to rush things, do we?
No, we don't really have to rush things. That's true.
I mean, I could try to get the wedding, get the process speed up while you guys go put the maps in the bag back at the mansion.
Yeah, and then
Sure.
we can meet up somewhere and
We'll meet you
Fuck.
at the wedding.
I don't forget. I forget the list of places that we know is on this side of the continent. We never wrote it down, did we?
We did. No, I did.
Someone did.
You did. Oh, thank you, God. I mean, what? I was hoping you would do that. Right.
Let me just. I'm pretty sure I have.
You said it,
something.
and then you said if we needed it, we should look at the stream again.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you again.
I wrote them down as fast as I could. May have missed some.
Ethoria.
Yeah.
So in Ethoria there is the Undercity Caves, which you've been to. The Silver Stag Forest. something called Harmony Hill, Wishing Pond, Wildkeeper Plains, Steelbark Field, Mystic Flower Dale, Veralian Sanctuary, which you've now been to. And let me mark it off as you haven't been to it. The Tomb of the Ancient Ones, Melora's Grove, the Trail of Sacrifice, the Temple of False Piety, Sunken Colosseum, the Garden of the Winter Court, the Orchard of the Summer Court, 2 proper names of Chaxelphis and Axelixiamath. It's something. An infested mine, a wild amphitheater, Tomb of Mystery, City of Ladarian, Archimedean Academy, Palatine Fortress, City of Twilight, the Sthenian Gardens, the Palace of the First King, the Augury Circle, and the Path of Maritiscos. A lot of things with complicated names.
Wait, wasn't Veralian also one altar king?
Yeah, he was a descendant of a god, I think, no?
I feel like maybe it has something to do with Palace of the First King.
So, remind us again, DM, how the history goes, please.
The history goes that the Empire claims that instead of there being 5 primordial gods, there are 6, Veralian being the 6th, and that they are descended from him.
Right, so Verelian was a god, supposedly,
Yes.
that the kings are descended of.
Yes.
But was he a king, though?
Well,
was
you
he
can
just
make a history
god?
check.
Can I
Oh,
try as
no.
well?
Yes, you can try as well.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
An 8. Yeah, you're
That's
not.
a net 1.
Oof. Yeah, you're not from here. You're not from the Empire at all.
So both me
Litrix.
and Litrix are just standing off
You
beside a group and
assume.
just discussing the
I mean,
history of the land that we're not from.
It's a reasonable assumption to make that if the kings are descended from an entity who claims to be a god, the god was at some point a king himself. I guess you can assume that. Whether or not it's correct, you don't know.
Right.
And anyway, I feel like those places might be connected. So I think that's at least one point that might be good to try. I am, of course, always open to discussion, as I am not the leader.
I mean, we don't really have a leader, though.
Exactly. I think that's what makes us great. Or something.
Fair,
I don't know.
fair.
It is going to be complicated if the authorities start asking for a leader, though.
If what?
I mean, if honestly, if things go worse, we just tell him Jeff's the leader.
Jeff
Yeah, the
looks at
Jeff
you
and
with
the eagle.
with a strange look of confusion.
The Jeff and the eagle are the leaders of this group.
Yes, exactly. They switch each Sunday.
Well, then where does Jeff want
that
to
reminds me. That
Yes.
reminds me. Inwar, seeing how we have a few hours, do you want to go on a ride with the eagle?
go? What?
Yes. Remember that figurine that we found, the owl?
Right, yes.
Yes, you want to ride it.
Make an insight check.
Inside 19.
He looks visibly uncomfortable at the proposition. I prefer not to.
Yeah, well, okay. It's just to kill time, you know.
It seems
Wait,
a bit of a...
wait. So Drake, in his stupid clarity of moment, is asking this to the DM out of character.
Mm-hmm.
It's 5 days by horseback, right? How long is it on the back of an eagle or an owl, rather?
An owl. Let me check how long you can activate.
I mean, the hour lasts for 8 hours. I thought.
17 owl. I think it lasts for 8 hours.
I thought it was an hour.
No, up to 8 hours. And it moves
that's cool.
at...
I remember.
Now I have to look at ship speeds. Because that's something that apparently I need to do now.
Ooh.
Right, so 60, let's say 120 feet per 6 seconds, 2 miles per hour. This is ridiculous.
It's D&D, baby.
It is.
It's math. D&D math.
So, well, it is faster. It might not get you quite there. You will have to swim some amount. But it is significantly faster for one person.
Sorry, what?
It can only carry one of you.
Yeah.
Maybe two if it's Litrix and someone else who is not Doros.
I mean, I assume I'm staying here. Me, Invard, and Corlin are staying here.
Could you define some amount?
10 minutes of intense swimming in the ocean.
Oh.
I'm out.
Actually, I say that, but then I realize, wait, if I'm in my armor, I'll just drop and drown.
So what you're saying is I can fly here to the manor, but have to swim 10 minutes.
Oh, to the manor.
Yeah, I was asking to the manor.
To the manor, to the manor you could probably get to the shore of the small town that is like above Dagger.
Right. So that would save me.
If the weather is good.
How many days would it save me? 1, 2?
Yeah, a couple days.
Yeah, okay. Then it's not really that worth it. But I have a thing.
Oh no.
You have
I have a thing that could help. I have a thing.
What thing do you have that you can?
Give me a second. I have to
Please
find
elaborate.
it in my list. It's in the book that I gave Litrix actually as well. But I have it as a scroll. Scroll of Find Familiar.
Isn't Find Familiar like cat sized?
Can't it be bigger?
I don't know, but
it's a certain type of creature. Find Familiar. 5e. I think it has to do with the CR of the creature. Not quite. It does have like limited options in this spell, but I can sort of change it around if we need it to be.
Well, what's the CR rating? Or is it just those that are in the spell?
Well, it's those, however, challenge 0, poison snake, challenge 1/8. Let's say challenge 1/8, or something that reasonably has those stats. That seems like a reasonable familiar to me.
Find familiar is first level, right?
Yes, it is.
And I have that in my spell book.
Yeah, I gave you, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spells that we
Amazing.
found in the book, plus whatever other things that DM deemed necessary for a starter spell book.
Jeff is gonna be so jealous, though.
Well, a familiar has limitations on what it can do, and Jeff does not.
Indeed.
Hey.
Wait, what's the speed of Jeff?
Well, he's made of metal, so he can't swim.
At least 10.
You can't ride him.
You cannot
No,
ride
no,
him.
that's not. Oh,
His speed
Wait,
is 40.
so Litrix can't ride him.
No.
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 Also, I wouldn't be
he's-
faster. My speed is also 40.
Yeah.
And you have a float sail.
I do.
Did you bring it with you?
I took it here, I'm pretty sure, to save the horse.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
I
How
don't know
much-
if there's any. I don't
How-
think there's
how's the speed?
anything of CR18 that I can ride.
No, I don't think so.
How fast is a float sail compared to a horse?
I think it's 120 feet per round. It's pretty fast. It cannot, unfortunately, be used on water.
Yeah.
I mean, this is after we do the boat, obviously.
The float
Right,
sail
right.
has a speed of 60 feet. How
60.
fast is a horse?
Isn't a horse like 120?
I don't know.
That sounds right.
I know, right? It
Riding
sounds
horse. Speed 60.
Really?
So, yeah.
So in a round, it does 120 with dash, like fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
That's a
that
living
means
creature.
exhaustion.
So me taking the float sail back would be exactly as fast as Drake riding home.
Not quite. The float sail is susceptible to wind beyond
Yeah.
the, so it
I
can go
mean-
faster
Or slower.
So
or slower.
I mean, according to the great list source of dndwiki.com, don't
Hmm.
judge me. A zombie camel is CR18.
A zombie camel.
Yeah, camel zombie,
Interesting.
which has a speed of 40. So it doesn't really help me much. Really.
Would you even know that such a thing exists?
Probably not, to be honest.
No.
But you do, Litrix.
What?
But you don't. But you know about camels.
Oh yeah, camels. But not zombie camels.
Not zombie camels, just regular camels. So what is it that you are trying to do?
Well, I was just trying to find a way for me to get to the mansion faster than taking the horses and the carriage. That's what I was trying to do.
I mean, the owl will get you there, but the thing is that it cannot be used for a week after it's been used
2 days.
once. 2 days?
2 days. 2 days.
Is that correct?
It says so.
13 owl. Oh yeah, 2 days. My bad.
So I have to fly, rest for 2 days, and then fly again. And by that time, I can just take a horse and get there. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out.
And for some, yeah.
I feel like we should just ride there.
Yeah, it's just
We don't have a time limit. We can take our time.
Yeah. Plus, we
As
do
far as
have
I
3
know.
horses and a carriage. You know.
And the
It's,
float sail.
yeah. I mean, the question is who is going to the mansion and who is staying back.
I mean, I already know that like I'm staying here, and Coraline obviously needs to stay here. Then Invard, you can go if you want to.
I probably shouldn't. But if your plan is to take all the maps, it doesn't really matter who goes, does it?
I mean, at least
No.
as they have a bag of holding.
Yeah, which makes it me or you, Litric.
Yeah. I'm open to either. I don't care.
Well, whoever
I
it is, I
mean-
can go with them. Says Eleanor.
Yeah. Let's just get on the boat across the sea first.
So, a passage back to Rabath is 3 silver per person. I assume you guys have the funds for it because you have the funds for basically anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
3 silver for each. That's 3, 6, 9, 18? No, 24.
Well, there is Invar, Eleonora, Carolyn, and you guys. Jeff is a cat who can go invisible,
And invisible.
and who
7.
also does not eat, as far as you can tell. So it's not like that's too much trouble to bring him anywhere, really.
So we're 7 people.
So
7
7
times
times 3
3
is 21 silver. So
21,
2 gold and 1
actually.
silver.
Yeah.
Very, very cheap. Well, not really, but for you guys.
I mean, yeah, you got Mister carrying so much gold. It's like carrying a brick of lead. Just like a shitload of gold.
I
Those
still find
probably
it.
paid with a gold bar.
I still find it funny that we are the ones with the bag of holding, and you're not.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm the one with the
that's
haversack.
because,
Honestly,
that's because,
if you would
And
have
you're not.
if you would have mentioned the chest of holding, I would have went and bought one.
I know.
It's
We
still
did
there, you
sort
can't
of
buy
mention it.
that's because Doros
Yeah.
can actually carry 500 pounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You could literally go back and go buy it, Doros.
Hear me out. What if I bought 2 though?
They only
2
They
have
only
might
have
be a
one.
little, yeah.
Yeah, they only had
2?
one. They only
Right,
had
but
one
in
stock.
that case, it's not a question of you carrying it. It's more like the space that you occupy while carrying it.
Yeah, just strap it on my back.
It's more of a finding tool.
Just get some duct tape and duct tape them together.
I
But you need
mean,
to
we
find
kind of
a
need
second
2
one
though.
first.
We need 1 for the house. Actually, we need 3. 1 for the house, 1 for the carriage, and 1 for Doris.
What? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just switch the one from the carriage to the house around.
Fair. So we'll need 2 then.
But there is only one.
But then, yeah, there's only 1.
Hear me out. 8.
We know
No,
of
you could
one
eat.
in existence. We can't just go buy 8.
21.
No.
You can buy 21 bags of holding though.
Just don't stuff them into each other.
Or
Yeah, no,
near
don't
each
do
other.
that. That is a very, 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 very extremely bad idea.
Actually,
And
maybe
I
I
had-
could weaponize that.
Yeah.
Actually, Litrix, you can weaponize that with Find Familiar on 2 characters.
I might need to make some more crime. I mean, no. Carry on.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
The right way.
Out of character, it's like, yes, hello, young man. Would you like to buy this bag of war crimes?
Bag of war crimes,
This
legendary
pack-
item.
The package of war crimes.
It's
Two
just a
fine
bag of
familiars
holding.
and 2 bags of holdings.
You can buy them in bulk
Just-
for cheaper.
My God.
Just
It's-
2 eagles riding towards each other with each bag of holding and smashing into one another in air above the area you want to affect.
Do artificers use spellbooks as well?
Not
actually, I
Yeah,
don't think
somewhat.
so.
exactly.
They have some spells.
Kind of,
Bag
but
of
not
war
really.
crimes.
Anyway,
Anyways, let's carry on.
on the ship, anything you guys want to do? Fishing? I know you guys like fishing.
I do.
I mean, I'll start
Well, Litrix
reading
and
the
Araxes.
unnamed book of magic.
Was it unnamed?
I'll try to catch dinner.
Yeah, it's listed as unnamed book of magic.
Okay, sure.
I mean, I guess I could, well, I can continue teaching, Thieves' Cant to Carolyn.
Make another intelligence check.
22.
22. Yeah, she's getting it. She's getting it.
Actually, do you try to do that in secret?
Do you?
Not really in secret. So, if you're around me, like I won't like quickly like run away. So,
Okay, so Litrix make a. Let's call it an insight check.
Oh no.
insight check against mine. Or
17.
insight against mine.
No, just so you get a few fragments of the lessons that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question. Do I hear that he's teaching her Thieves' Cant?
Not necessarily, but you can make a perception check while you're reading.
Sure. 13.
13. And make a intelligence check as well.
Oh no. Okay. 20.
Oh no.
Dirty
Okay.
20.
So you can
Nice.
comprehend what you're reading and hear in a few that they're talking about something. Not quite sure what though.
Uh-huh. Okay. Fine.
And what you are reading is like a few principles of certain, let's say, conjuration magic.
Uh-huh. Do I also get 6 hours this trip? Since I got 6 hours the last trip?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not going to be enough to like teach you everything about it. It's just like a few basic
No.
fundamentals and such and such.
No, I had 2 books.
Mhm,
And I'm
mhm.
starting on the second one.
Yeah, all right. So, sometime when the ship goes by, whoever was catching dinner for 1 or maybe 2 days, roll for that, please.
What
There
is
will
it
also
again?
be vigorous horn tooting while we're doing this as well.
If you want to.
There will be.
Okay, you can make performance checks.
Fun. Oh, this thing's all screwy. I forgot. It doesn't like it when I have it on like half. Give me a sec.
Remember that you now have proficiency.
In
What he
performance?
does, though.
Well, if you want it.
I mean, he is a bard now, right?
Yeah, with the horn.
Oh, well, fair.
I think I ended up taking something else that wasn't performance. I wanted to be like kind of okay at performing, but
I mean, but you are
forget
still
what it was.
proficient with the horn, so
That's fair enough.
any
So
other
I did
type of performance,
then.
maybe not.
Okay, so then you're saying is that I could add proficiency to this performance because I'm using the horn.
Yeah.
Pog. 6.
Oof.
Oof.
Amazing.
It always hurts. Maybe something happened in the Golem confrontation. It's kind of out of tune now. May need to get that checked out later.
Damn, that's a horn get out of tune. Shit.
So, yeah,
Yes.
I don't remember what kind of check the fishing rod was.
Survival. With
Survival.
proficiency.
I already have proficiency in survival.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's a 10.
10. Yeah, you catch enough for you guys, not enough to, really impress the crew or any other passengers. But,
Yeah.
it's decent enough. A few
I'll make
mackerels,
do.
a few other small fish that are still good when cooked. Nothing special.
Doris was distracting.
Doros was distracting and frightening the fish away from. So you had to go a little deeper than you imagined with your line. And with that concluded, back on Rabath, you can get your horses back. I believe the maintenance was paid for already. So yeah, you are back in the small coastal town that is in the southern edge of this province. Where to?
Right. How many horses did we have again? We had 3 plus a carriage, right?
3 plus carriage.
Right. And did what's her name have her own horse now?
Yes, she
or
did.
No.
No, she did.
She did. Okay. She did. Okay.
And if she didn't before, she does now. Retcon, baby.
And
I
what
do
time? And what time is it now, roughly?
By the time you arrive, it would be, let's say, an early morning of the next day.
So early morning then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are we still continuing with the plan of you guys going to the mansion and me staying here and trying to speed things up here? Or
Yeah, I think so. Right?
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
just my assumption?
I'm just doing math in my head, trying to figure out if we need a new horse or not.
You shouldn't.
If
Litrix
it's
was used to his
easier,
float
Doros
sail,
can stay.
right?
Yeah, Lutrix has a float sail. Caroline has her horse. And the rest of you can.
And the rest were in a carriage horse deal, and Doris was on his own horse.
Yeah.
We're 7 people. We have 4 horses, a carriage, and a float sail. Think it will fit. Either way.
Well, the party itself have 3 horses and a carriage.
Well, plus 1 horse from Carolyn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Caroline on one
But that's
horse, Doris on
Caroline's.
another, Lutrix on the float sail, and the rest of you in the carriage.
Let's just do it easy. Where's the nearest stable? Where's the nearest stable? Because the one part of the part that is going to our access home place needs a horse as well, right? Or horse carriage deal.
We should have enough.
Well, if it's really necessary, the both of them can ride on one horse.
Right. Still doesn't free up one horse though, because Doris couldn't fit on the horse and carriage.
That's true.
If I remember correctly.
So yeah, you can.
So he's locked onto one horse, and then there's 2 horses and a carriage.
So yeah, you can find some stables where horses exist for rental or purchase.
What's the price of a horse again?
Something like 300 gold.
300 gold. Okay. How much was a gold bar again? That
Just
was
checking. A gold bar was 75.
75. Okay.
Riding horse is 75. So there you go.
Yeah, but I want a fast horse though.
There are varying levels. They are the same price, but
Right.
Yeah, you can ask for the fastest horse they have, and they can.
Yeah. And how much does it cost to buy?
Slightly more, like 80, 90. Make a persuasion check if you would like to negotiate the price.
Yeah, sure. 17.
17. Okay, you can keep the uptick of price down to a few gold extra, so 80.
So 80. Okay, so I give him yeah, why not? 1 gold bar and the rest in gold pieces.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
9 yeah. 9 gold bars left.
The keeper looks pretty impressed. Takes out like a scale to weigh out that it's actually however much gold you say it is.
He's a
But then
shady
accepts.
cat type, goes in and buys a horse with a gold bar.
Well,
Seems legit.
He doesn't usually get paid in bars, you see.
It's
Fair.
not just any horse, it's the fastest horse. Bought by
Yeah.
Shady Cat with gold bar.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay. So now I have a horse, new horse.
A new horse.
A fast horse.
Fast horse. Not very pretty, but fast, apparently.
Yeah. Was Litrix, were you going to join me on this journey or no?
Yeah, sure, let's go.
Okay. So me and Litrix will go to the mansion. The rest will stay here? Question mark.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Or
yeah,
was
I know I'm
Inwar
staying.
going to join us?
I mean, I'm not sure if Doros. Well, I assume. So you, Litrix, Eleonora, and do you need Doros over there? Or
Doris said he could stay, and he also said he was going to be right back.
Yeah, so Eleonora would be going with you. Invar will say that he can't really justify just up and leaving when, especially if the wedding is to be rushed.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of has to be there too.
Okay.
I mean, it's a quick trip. Nothing could really go wrong there, right, guys?
Yeah, right?
of course,
Nothing bad ever happens on roads.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll have to be
we
careful
never
nonetheless.
attack anything unprovoked, you know?
yeah, it's fine with me. So.
All right.
Okay.
So me, Doros, me, Litrix, and Eleonora will go then.
Very well.
I'm staying.
Yeah.
For those of you who are staying, you can begin the journey to the town of Rabath proper, back to the Softmain home, and to accelerate maybe the wedding planning. The three of you who are staying will have to wait until the next day for a ship that goes back to Dagger.
Mm-hmm.
So, who is in the lead of the staying party?
I assume that'll be me.
Mm-hmm. You and Carolyn. So make a perception check if you are leading this expedition.
Oh shit! I got that one.
Nat 1. Oof. And Carolyn didn't do much better.
Okay.
So yeah, the time goes by. Familiar countryside to you and her. Not so much. Not so much for Doros and Invar. You'll make it there in decent time. There's some fallen trees that need to be avoided, but other than that, the road is reasonably clear. No trouble encounters you, as far as you can tell. And you will arrive the next morning. However, I will need a watch. Invar will take first.
Is it possible to do the watch in pairs, or?
Yeah. If you want.
Yeah, so like me and Caroline the first, and then was it Doros and Invar that's with us, right?
It's you, Carolyn, Doros, and Invar, yes.
Okay, yeah. So yeah.
Woo.
Okay. So Doros, make a perception check.
Okay. 16.
16. Halfway through the night, you hear loud noises coming from one side. And you look there and you see Invar fallen asleep and snoring.
Ah.
And a while later, some howling wolves or coyotes, you're not sure. But the camp is not approached. For you, Eranxes and Carolyn, you make a perception check, please.
Oh my god, I got on that one.
Nat
Fucking
one.
hell. Woo!
You
2 in a
fall
row.
asleep as well. Carolyn, not being used to these conditions, is not doing a particularly good job, but there's no one awake to notice. You are awoken, Aranxes, by sunlight coming in from the trees. You realize what happens, and you frantically look around to see if anything's missing, and fortunately nothing is. So you can continue the journey with a small bit of shame, I guess, from having failed on your duty on this night. It seems that for now, at least, the roads are relatively safe. And you will arrive back in town by the evening of this day. On the second day, you and Litrix and Drake secure your passage with one horse to the manor.
Yeah.
Which is...
I was about to ask about that, if
Mhm,
we
mhm.
had one or two horses.
No, just one, because Litrix has
Just
the
one, yeah.
sale.
Yeah, okay.
So, that will be some silver from you, and for the horse, 1.5 gold, which easy enough for you to pay. And that'll take you some time to get there. So, back in Rabath, in the afternoon when you arrive there, your house is in shambles immediately when you get there, Aranxes.
Yeah, what?
People
Did I hear that right?
in a bit of a panic when you arrive. And there is some representatives of the Waldenberg family having like a somewhat panicked discussions with your parents when you get there.
So like my house was like burned down, like kind of thing?
No. Just like there's a certain air of unease when you
Okay. I was about to say, like, what the fuck? Who just burned down a fucking mansion?
Not yet.
Bruh.
There is a panicked discussion being had in the living room.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna listen in on the panic. Well, I'm gonna like enter and listen in on the whoever the discussion is. Right, see, so kind of just like silently just join the conversation, though. At least.
Make a perception check, and Carlin will join you and roll a 2.
I got a 17 for perception.
17 perception. You are hearing pretty indignated both sides that both you and her have gone missing.
This is not well thought out.
I'm pretty sure. I assume Caroline is like right next to me, right? Or...
She is, but she's not getting any of this.
But like I'll just tell it to like just give it a couple minutes. We'll see how long until they notice.
Okay, so make a stealth check as well.
Okay, I got 12.
12, okay. She got an 18 plus things. Well, Doris, you're there too, so you as well, and Invar. Invar rolled a 16.
Am I rolling? Sorry, what other roommate came
Disadvantage,
up.
yes, but you are maybe harder to detect if you are not inside the house.
Huh?
Stealth.
Stealth.
Oh yeah, that was gonna suck. 2.
2. Okay. You're around the front of the house, and the others are like standing near the door. You end up making some noise, but it doesn't seem to affect whatever's going on inside. They don't seem to notice the group as you are approaching the front of the house.
What the fuck?
And at some point you hear something about financial compensation from one side, and it's getting a little bit more political as it goes on, and less panicked.
I'm just gonna like look towards Carolyn, like, should we do something, or should we just keep this going?
As entertaining as it is, I don't think it's a good idea to keep them worried.
Oh, hey, Doris. you got that horn, right?
Yes.
Want to play a little song?
Entrance?
Yeah, you want to play a little like entrance song?
Doros will attempt to do just that, I guess.
Yeah, make another performance check with proficiency.
Hey, 19, baby, let's go.
Nice. You took some time to work out the mistakes, the small damage that the horn took during your confrontation with the golem. It's making it sound much better, and your practice has paid off, shall we say? As you start playing, conversation stops, and what do you do?
I was like,
I'm gonna keep jamming. They're gonna do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, Alexi, what you doing?
it was like, we're not gone. We're here.
Door opens, and you announce your presence, of proof of life.
Yeah.
And there your parents are, and not hers, but some people that you recognize to be like, not, how do I say this? Like the CFO, shall we say, of the Walderberg Enterprise, and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Like, we're
not
not dead.
perfect.
We're not missing. We just went out on a little stroll.
And your parent, your mother first immediately, oh, thank goodness you're back, etc., etc. And your father's just standing there looking. He's like, what did you do now? Meanwhile, the Waldberg representatives are relieved, if not nearly as sappy, shall we say. And they immediately go to her to question Carolyn on what she's doing, why she's dressed like that, etc., because she is in more or less adventuring gear, not. Yeah.
So it's like, well, we're back. Did we miss anything?
Can you explain, please, where exactly you were?
Well, we went. All right, yeah, Ranksy gonna kind of describe like their little place that they're like little hidey spot, and then they got he's gonna describe that they got bored and then went off on an adventure towards was it Veralian? Is that Veralian?
Veralian, yes.
Yeah, Veralian Sanctuary, and then came back.
Doris gives a thumbs up while still playing.
Oh, I was about to say, like, right now I have, like, the epic sax guy music going on in my fucking head. It's just, like, Doros, but you have a horn, though, right?
Well, you can make it sound similar.
Just going on in the background.
I think it's a good idea to give Doros a saxophone, because he's probably going to break it.
So yeah, the financial advisor to the Waldberg family starts telling you, like, they were really worried. They had figured that maybe you took her and got rid of her in some form, etc., etc. They had heard some pretty nasty rumors about you, probably from your brothers.
They know us too well.
He knows too well. Not well enough.
And Invar is there assuring at least your family that no, this was a strictly academic endeavor, at least in his. He's trying to make it spin, to make it look better than it sounds like. So let me roll a persuasion check for him. And it's pretty good.
I was like, yeah, exactly what Ivart said. I mean, we did catch up on the years that we haven't seen. So it was just a long catching up trip, basically.
Well, nonetheless, it is improper for a couple that is to be married to be, well, I guess not unsupervised, but it's not proper, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, now we're back. And any problems with that, or?
No, I suppose not. However, well, I'm sure the family, and he starts talking to I'm sure the family will want to hear that the daughter is alive and well, it seems, and that the plan can proceed as intended.
Mm-hmm. And actually, for the wedding, is it possible we can speed things up?
Your father gets like a strange look on his face, like he pulls you to the side. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, you heard me. Is it possible to speed up this the process of the wedding? I mean, it doesn't have to be spectacular or beyond amazing.
He like grabs your face and starts moving you around. He's like, who are you and what have you done to my son? Just a few days ago, you were abhorred by the prospect. What happened?
I mean, one could say that Caroline beat it out of me.
Right.
But
all right. Well, concerning the ceremony, you'll have to talk to your mother. But personally, I don't much care if you get married now or in 2 weeks. And he calls her over. She also seems surprised by the matter, but enthusiastically instead of in disbelief.
It's like, yeah, can we like speed up the process? Don't want to wait any longer. Just got to get it done.
She starts giving you this like, oh, but we cannot do that. We already have the arrangement for the dress and the party and the cake and the. Have you seen those wedding shows of the?
Yeah,
basically that. How can I possibly put all this to waste, etc., etc.?
I mean, you could throw a party. It'll be fine.
And the invitations, I have to make the invitations or get them commissioned. It's like she's not letting you through on that. Eventually, you can make a I guess interruption persuasion check.
Interruption. I got 10.
10.
Yeah,
it takes a while after she's laid out all the plans, and as she's going, you see Carolyn in the side of your vision. You go like, "Oh God." And eventually, okay, she rolled higher than you. She interrupts like, "Madam, I would not want to interrupt, but I feel like I should have to talk with mother and father about this. I also am, I guess, interested in speeding up the ceremony, and of course I would not want to put all your efforts to waste, but I feel like this is something that we should talk about in between the two families." And your mother's, yes, of course, and she goes off with her to, and they walk outside, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that resolves that issue. I'm sure that the family will have no more business at this time. He starts talking pointedly to the other family.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, no, I suppose not. Good day to you and your friends, I suppose. I'll be taking my leave now. And the other two members of the Walderberg family exit as well.
All right.
Invar, you have a lot of explaining to do. Yes, of course. In the study, I suppose? Please. And Invar and your father both leave as well. Upstairs. It is at that time that your brother, who was around, arrives. Araxes. Welcome back.
Yep, I'm back. And Kellen's still outside, right? I'm just like chilling, just like in the foyer. Just
Yeah. She and your mother like went outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm back. Did you miss me?
Not as much as you miss me.
Chuckles a bit.
So, running off with your fiancée. How bold of you.
Yeah. It was fun.
Oh, I'm sure it was fun. So, was this I hear about speeding up the wedding?
Sorry, say that again?
What is this I hear about speeding up the wedding?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just asked Father if we can possibly just have the wedding speed up because I will want to get married sooner rather than later.
But didn't you, and he like punches his fists together like, you know, not.
Just kind of like the cutthroat, kind of like the finger around the throat. Just
and like he like leans into us. Right, I thought you hated each other.
well, I think that's what the trip was about. It seems that when I had the conversation with Mother back in, let's say, Athoria, I think, or if there's anything has changed, it seems that people did change. Carolyn, fucking hell, see, it's getting the name mixed up. Sorry, Carolyn changed, and I just realized that I'm still stuck with the past. So with this trip, I was kind of just within deep thought and changing myself, and get to catch up on the years we've missed.
Wow, that's interesting. Where'd you go anyway?
We went to Cerna.
Cerna.
Yep.
Why would
We
you
went
go
to go
Cerna?
find.
It sucks there.
Yeah, we went to Cerna and we found Veralian Sanctuary.
You didn't find Veralian.
Of course we
Veralian,
didn't
the
find
god invented by the monarchy?
Yeah. We found him, just in quotations, and you can believe us or not, or that's just how amazing our trip was. We found Veralian.
He clearly looks like he doesn't believe you.
Yeah. I'm trying to make it that way. We're like,
All right. Well. Okay. And does that have to do anything with speeding up the wedding?
Veralian?
Or something? I don't know. Why would you do this?
I mean, Caroline, when I was talking to her, seems like she wants to like go on more adventures, and we can't really do that when the wedding's in like a couple weeks. So we would like to do that as soon as possible, and I'll take her to places that she always wanted to go.
Well, I guess that's as good as reason as any if we'll keep the families happy. Doris, are you still playing the horn?
No, I wound down a while ago.
Okay. And where's Invar? Did he come with?
I think Invar went with Father. I think they're under study.
Well, I will catch up with him a bit later.
Okay. Sounds good.
Meanwhile, Litrix and Drake, anything you guys want to do on the ship to Dagran?
I mean,
Read.
I'll just read my book again.
Very well.
Yeah.
Get another few hours.
So how many hours you said?
Sorry.
Well, how long do you want to read? On the ship, you don't really have much else to do.
True.
So as long as possible?
So, yeah.
Okay. You get an extra 14 hours of reading.
14. Jesus Christ. Okay. Is this book bigger than the other book?
It is bigger. And more technical.
Go figure.
So some of this hours is like you reading something and it refers to something in the previous pages, and you look back to see it's like, oh yeah, that's what it was. And looking back forward. How about you, Litrix?
I took 2 pounds of glowing mushroom and moss from the sanctuary.
You did?
And I would like to thoroughly investigate it now. Like, take my time, do all kinds of tests, everything that I can with the equipment that I have.
Okay, sure. make a nature check with. Are you proficient in nature?
I am not.
Okay, so make it as if you were.
Okay.
Because having extra time gives you more time to do tests.
I'll just roll religion because it would be the same value.
Sure.
21.
21. Okay. You don't learn the name because that obviously.
Yeah.
The mushrooms and moss seem to be like the same, different forms of the same thing. And they seem to retain their glow pretty good. It's not like a glow in the dark thing. They just permanently glow a little bit. You figure that you can probably use them in some kind of potion.
Okay.
Anything else you want to figure out about them?
I've had them for like at least a day. I don't know how much time has passed, but a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
Have they shown any sign of going bad?
They seem to be dehydrating, but not necessarily going bad.
Okay. They did not seem poisonous, right?
They do not seem poisonous.
How about a taste? Do they taste good?
Since there's technically the same thing, they taste very similar. Not bad, but it tastes kind of like dirt with
Okay.
if you mix dirt and cinnamon.
That's interesting. Yeah,
So,
I think that's everything I wanted to find out.
I have a question actually. How
Yes.
long does it take to make, fire bomb, smoke bomb, and alchemist fire and those things again?
Depending, you are proficient sometimes, I think.
Yeah.
So depending on proficiency and caution, if you have in ideal circumstances, you can make things that work in an hour. You can make a few of each.
Okay.
These
Yeah.
are not
So,
ideal circumstances.
no, true. I have ingredients for 3 fire bombs, 2 smoke bombs, 3 flasks of alchemist fire, and 1 vial of acid. And I guess none of these are potions per
No,
se.
those are not technically potions.
But I do have my Whispers of the Dead proficiency.
You do.
So I would be proficient in the alchemy set nonetheless if I so choose after long rest, which I do.
Okay.
So how much time do I have to spend on the making rather than the reading?
Well, if you want to do that, you would read only. You can spend 2 hours making stuff, and you would roll to see how much you make in that time.
Okay.
Because some of it has to deal with moving things, because you are in a boat and not solid ground, so you have to make sure that nothing spills, nothing breaks.
So I'd like to try that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you like to make first?
Vial of acid.
Vial of acid. Okay. Roll for it.
So that's D20 plus my proficiency, or is it Dex plus proficiency?
Alchemist is int. Just checking. Alchemist 5e. What can you do? Does it say? It doesn't say. For Alchemist Fire, let's say it is, Dex.
Dex, okay. So that's my Dex proficiency. So it's a +6. Okay. So I'll just roll my sleight of hand since it's the same.
Okay.
That's 25.
25. Okay, so you make a vial of acid. You have time left over.
And then firebomb,
Okay. Same roll.
13.
13. Okay. You make a firebomb that is up to your standards. It takes more time than you expected from having to take care of ingredients not spilling and mixing unintentionally. So it takes a little bit longer. You still have time to make one more thing.
All right. Smoke bomb.
Smoke bomb.
Actually, no. Alchemist fire.
Alchemist fire. Roll again.
8.
8. You make it. It may not be as effective as you expect. So make note of that.
Yes. Then I go back to reading.
Mm-hmm. All right. So yeah, with that you will arrive at the coast, where you can walk or you can take one of the ferries, as you have done in the past.
Yeah, so I'm a bit confused as to where we did take the.
So there's Dagram, the city, which is not
Right.
technically on the ocean, and then there's a small port that is connected basically to Dagram via the river that passes through it.
Right.
And that is where you are.
Yeah.
So we need to do more ferry riding then, I guess.
Well, the horses will get you there faster.
Well, if the horses will get us there faster, we just take it by horse riding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also cheaper, probably.
Yeah, because you already... Well, technically. Yeah, there's a lot of people who prefer to take carts and horses up and down, but for large cargo and such, the ferries are usually what's preferred.
Right. I just found a map that shows the Meshira continent and the Trellisira continent.
Mm-hmm.
So we went from the Trellisira to Meshiria, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. See, it's always good to have maps.
The big river splits, right? Through Dagron?
Yes.
So are we northeast or northwest of Dagron?
Northeast a little bit. But
okay.
because, the rivers do what rivers do, and it opens up into a delta. And Dagron is right at the bottom of that. There is a wedge of river where the river splits in two in Dagron.
Yeah.
Still within the walls of Dagron. And then after that it splits more and more. So you're to the east somewhat of that.
Okay, I get where we are now. Good.
Do you? Good,
yeah,
because I
pretty
have
much.
no idea where on the map we are. I'm just going with it.
It's the one with the height map. There's Dagron much smack that in the center and just follow the biggest line upright, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the middle there. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha. So horse riding then.
Mm-hmm.
Float sailing.
Also that.
Yes.
So yeah, you get there. If you arrive on the morning, you would get there by mid-afternoon
In Dagran.
in Dagran, and
Yeah.
making your way around in the city is easy enough if you know what you're looking for, and you do.
Mm-hmm.
So there you are, back in the manor.
Did we
It's-
leave the manor unattended?
You kind of did, yeah.
Are there any signs of break-in?
Make an investigation check.
I'll join in on that. If you don't
Dirty
mind,
20.
DM.
Dirty 20 and
21.
21. Okay. There seems to be not any signs of break-in. There is some dust and a few insects around in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We should probably hire a caretaker sometime soon.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone?
I just stared blankly at Litrix. Do I know anyone? Do I look like the person to know anyone like that?
Ah, fucking no, I'm not even from this continent.
Me neither.
I
Oh.
can probably ask around for a acolyte or something in the
Yeah.
temple.
Yeah.
See who's available, or if a family member of someone is needing work.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
not
that
too
would
much
be
of a
helpful.
trouble.
Just,
All right.
yeah,
So
just need to be there and look intimidating. I don't know.
All
Although
right,
this
so
seems like a
let's
decision
go.
more suited for the rest of the group. But
I mean, I have the deed for the house. Right?
that is
I
true.
just want to make sure that no one steals anything
Yeah.
and the horse doesn't fall into disrepair.
True. True. But there are guards outside in the streets, though.
Oh yeah, it's a rich area.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We can probably leave it for now, but if we're ever
I
gone for a
mean-
long time, we'll probably need to hire someone.
Yeah. Try and find someone that can occasionally check in on the house, maybe, Eleonora, from the temple, that you know and trust? Question mark.
I'll ask her out.
Thank you.
She
Good eye.
takes off.
Meanwhile, let's go see the scrolls to see which ones we should take with us, if not all of it.
How much space do they occupy each? Like
Um,
it's space or weight, right? For the bag of holding?
It has both, but usually the one that matters more is weight.
Okay. So how much do they weigh each?
Not much. It is basically paper.
It is paper.
Well,
And there's a lot of them.
there is
You
a
know
lot
what?
of them. They weigh.
I have.
Let's say that
How
10
much
of
were-
them, 10 maps weigh 3 pounds.
Okay.
Because
I
they're
have
big.
a question though.
Yes.
A bag of holding cost how much again? 1,000.
From 500
Right.
to 1,000. It kind of depends.
Okay. I forget how much we paid for ours.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
But what if we go and buy a third bag of holding for just the paper?
I would say, since I just did quick maths and these things don't weigh that much, like a haversack would probably be enough.
A haversack. Okay.
They
I mean,
weigh 60-ish pounds if we take all of them, based on quick math.
So how much did they weigh again? You said.
3
Three of
pounds
them
for 10.
weighs- So
Yeah.
wait, what did you say, DM?
3 pounds for 10 maps.
And there's
Okay.
190 of them, so that's 60-ish pounds.
Checks
Yeah,
out.
-3 though, because we don't need the 3 that we already completed.
Yeah.
So that's like 57? Yeah, okay. Anyway. I guess me and Litrix will start loading all the scrolls into the haversack.
Who has the haversack again?
I have the
don't-
haversack.
Okay. So you can write that down somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I have a notepad with list of places. I'll just note it down that I have it on me at all times.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. All the scrolls. Map
Very
scrolls.
good. So now you have all of them. That doesn't take you too long to do. You are, however, still waiting for Eleonora after you finish.
Yeah, when we finish, I'll send a note to her. Saying that we finished packing all of scrolls.
All right.
Did we get a note or letter from Samira from the monster shop?
Oh yeah. You would have found a letter under the door. Yes.
Okay. What does it say?
It says that she may have found a use for the elemental core.
Okay. Hey Drake, I think
Yes.
Samira from the monster shop says she might have found something from the elemental core. So, what time is it?
Ooh.
After you finish, still late afternoon, like
Should we?
3 p.m.
Shall we go visit her?
Sure, why not? I have a vial of ooze that she might be interested in anyway.
Okay.
Do you want to notify Eleonora?
Yeah, I'll write it down in the letter I write her as well.
Mm-hmm. Easy enough to do. So, making your way back to the Gilded Bazaar district, where you know Samira's shop to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see the familiar now Raptorkin face of Samira doing some work on a different bone weapon when you walk in.
Ah, hello, Samira. Good to see you.
Oh, how...
You continue. No, continue. It's fine.
A sight for sore eyes. Some familiar customers. How have you been?
We've been
Oh,
pretty well.
here and there.
I see you
You
all
speak
over
in
the
common,
continent.
right?
yes.
I speak
Yeah,
in
okay.
common at least.
So,
How can I help you? You received the letter, yes?
Yes, exactly. I received a letter. It's why we decided to visit you.
Well, I found that this elemental core of yours has some very interesting properties that, well, I made something with it, but I can undo it and do something else if you'd like.
Well, show me. I'm always interested for something.
Well, it goes like this, and she goes to the back and pulls out. You see that the core has been encased in glass and is mounted atop a handle such that it looks like a maul.
Sorry, a what?
A maul.
Mounted
M-A-U-L.
mall.
mall. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me
Interesting.
just.
That-
you do know what those look like, yeah?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it's
They're like
big hammer.
professional clubs.
Yeah.
Metal
but it is
clubs.
like the core encased in glass.
Like a jar or completely enclosed?
No, completely enclosed.
Okay, that
You
looks pretty
you
cool, I
figure,
imagine.
and there are some bits that are like slightly exposed. It well, it doesn't break for one, or well, it will if you hit it something hard enough, and maybe it'll be sharp instead of blunt. But until then, it swings not as heavy as necessarily you might expect. So basically, it's a maul without the heavy property.
Ooh.
It's a lightweight maul,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What does the heavy property do again?
I think it just has a strength requirement.
Let me just Google that real quick.
Heavy.
Huh.
Small creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls.
So basically a maul made for me.
Yeah.
This is okay. First of all, this thing looks amazing. Like genuinely, I've never. Okay, that's a lie. I have this thing, but this is one of the coolest weapons I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you. I'm very proud of it.
And
that being said,
yes,
I
I will go on.
I could adapt it to something maybe a little bit shorter that could be thrown instead.
Thrown.
So you said it had properties. Does it have? Is it? I notice it's enclosed in glass. How does that work if it's a maul per se?
Well, the thing about it being a sand creature, and well, you see glass. I don't know if you know. Maybe you know that glass is just sand, melted glass.
Yes.
So if it were to break, it can create a small glass storm around itself, which is unpleasant to be in. And she like looks down at her arms, and you see like a couple of scars in the forearms. I know.
Right. So it's more than one use then.
Yes, it is.
So
but
when it breaks, does it repair itself, or how does this
it
work?
took a while to repair, but it did. You can see, and she like points out like where the glass there's it's not like a perfectly transparent thing. It does have like crack lines on it. This part here and this part here, and she starts pointing out. But it does take some time. Until then, you can use it and it's sharp,
This
but it's not
intriguing.
perfect.
Well, before I make any judgments, Drake, do you have any use for a bludgeoning weapon?
I mean, I don't necessarily do. I have all my things are pointy to a degree.
Yeah. This thing
Yeah.
does look like it still requires some amount of strength to use. No offense, Drake.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I mean,
you said, "Oh no,
it does
not
also
at all,"
require a bit of.
and she like starts like tossing it up in the air with like very little effort.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted Blitrix, you can have it,
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know how to convey this without being meta. Does it have the finesse property?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Yeah. It's still a large weapon with
makes sense.
a large head.
And you said you can make it a bit shorter to be throwable, right?
Yeah, I have some dwarvish acquaintances that tell me of hammers that they throw and they return automatically. I'm not sure that this could do that, but it could be thrown.
Well, you see, there's a neat thing I can do, and I pull out my hand and just the what's it called? The Sandharbone javelin just appears in my hand. I
Oh,
do know a little bit of magic, so with a bit of time, I could probably bond this one to me as well.
oh well, that is
So
very interesting.
yes, I think if it isn't too much trouble, I will take the throne variation of this.
Yeah, no, I can just adjust the handle a little bit. You know what? Give me a few minutes.
Of course, of course.
And
It'll
she,
become a maze instead of a mall, I guess.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I love this place.
So she takes like a saw and starts cutting parts of the handle to make it a smaller size. And then mhm. And then she starts like taking pieces of glass and like sanding it down wherever possible to make it a little bit more aerodynamic, I guess.
I mean, you don't really have to throw it either. You can use a smaller version of the big thing, right? You can still swing it around.
I could, but if it breaks, it will not be pleasant for me either.
Fair. Fair.
Also, while I mean, oh god, names. I do have Alvadendra, and as much as I admire this weapon, I doubt it will be stronger in melee than Alvadendra.
Hmm.
That's a
And my
pretty
ranged
reasonable assumption.
options. Yeah, and my ranged options currently aren't all that great.
Yeah, I just have a few bombs and a crossbow, and that's about it for range
Yeah,
option. It's
I do have my
when I
magic, but
when I
uh,
think
I,
about it, we can do a lot of damage and make it really unpleasant for people at range.
oh yeah, I do have magic. I'm not very good at it yet, but I do have magic, and it hurts.
Hmm. Yeah. Have you
But
have you
it's
looked at
it's
the book I gave you yet?
I did. It's very different from the way I'm used to magic. I've always just remembered everything and just kind of winged it. This is
Yeah. I
it's
mean, the only reason why I gave you a book is because, as far as I understand, the scrolls are one-time use. So,
yes. I am definitely I won't be able to use it just yet, but if I
mm.
study it enough and maybe ask Inra for help in the future, this will
Yeah,
definitely be useful.
Invar is actually one of the authors, you could say, about that of
Oh,
that
so
book.
that's why the handwriting is so good.
I mean, I couldn't infuse it with the magic myself.
Yeah, I actually thought that Eleonora wrote it because the handwriting looks kind of girlish.
You can tell that to Invar if you want.
I I think he'll kill me if I do.
Yes, so do I.
At that point, Samira like shows you like a smaller version of the same thing. The elemental core still encased in glass, but less of it, and the handle a bit shorter.
Huh.
And this one you can throw.
Nice, nice. Uh, may I? And I hold out my
Uh,
hand. I don't intend to throw it in here. Don't worry.
right. Okay. Well, here you go.
How much space is in this room?
It's
Like,
a
is it
little cramped.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't want to take a swing then.
I mean,
Just-
you could you can,
generally
swing
just, like,
back
feel
towards
it
the
out.
entrance.
Yeah, no, just like feel it out how it feels in my hand.
I mean, it's fine. It's a reasonable weapon.
Yeah, I think I like this one. So,
All right.
do you
I
want
have
any
a question.
compensation? I don't remember.
All
A
right.
question, you say?
Yes, and I pull out the vial of ooze from Verelian's sanctuary. Now, this might not seem monstrous to you, but hear me out. What do you think about this? And I put the vial of ooze on the counter.
She takes a look at it and inspects it. Okay. Not sure what it is, honestly. It's slime, sludge,
Now,
something
see,
else.
we were out on an adventure, right? On the fabulous island of Cerna. And we came across this dungeon, right? This ooze was everywhere. Now,
Oh, the black stuff.
the
Yes,
black stuff. Now, the
Hmm.
interesting thing about this is it uses the opposite, or it requires the opposite of a magic. So, say fire and it'll turn into ice. Or, yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
It also kind of absorbed my electricity, more or
Yeah.
less. And when you went full punch into it, it more or less pulled you in as if it had a will. It was really unpleasant, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I've never heard of this before, but I can think of a few uses for it. Maybe.
Now, do you also delve into alchemical stuff? I forget if you do or not.
Not so much. I have some friends who do, but not myself personally.
Okay, I'll just show you anyway because I find you interesting as well. And I pull out the metallic roots.
Oh. Steelbark root.
Oh, you know
What did
this
you call it?
Steelbark.
Oh, that's interesting. What?
It's a yeah, it's a type of tree that well, you can see for yourself. Looks like metal, and acts like it sometimes too. I have heard of this. There's some druids who use this in particular because they don't like actual metal, so they use this instead.
That's interesting.
Well, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but since you do seem to know something about this, I pull out a part of the glowing moss and mushrooms. Do you know what this is? We found it basically in the same place.
Yeah.
As the wood.
Well, no, that I do not know. I mean, there's a few types of glowing plants out there in the world. This specifically, I have no idea.
Well, thank you for trying us anyway.
Of course, you're good customers.
So, do you require any compensation for?
I will do some, but because you provided the primary material, it would only be a couple of gold for the rest.
Yes.
Literally, two gold.
Oh. I hand over 3.
Oh, well, very generous.
You are very nice, and This has been very helpful so far. I think
You
I
want
think you
to
deserve
leave
it.
this sludge with me and see what I can do with it, or
I
would
mean,
you like to take it?
yeah, sure. You can take a look at it if you want. We are actually heading out again soon-ish.
Well,
So, never
it
stop.
it was a bit awkward when my envoy was detained. Is there no one left in the manor?
No.
Not currently. Well,
One of our associates are on the case right now to try and find someone that can look after the mansion while we are away.
That would be very helpful.
Yeah, it's yeah.
are mailboxes a thing in this world?
Not really. No.
Okay.
Diplomats' pouches are though.
There's diplomats' pouches.
Hang a diplomat's pouch outside
Do
the
we just
manor.
sponsor this shopkeep to extend a diplomat's pouch for us?
I mean, it doesn't cost that much.
Well, not to you, but to a general person, it sure does.
Fair.
I feel like we can think about it when we come back because we don't have a spare one right now.
Yeah.
Well.
Just a quick question: how much of the ooze did you take?
A
Like
vial.
how big is a vial in D&D?
A
That's
vial
like
can
half.
contain a potion, so it's like 25 to 50 milliliters.
Okay.
Small,
So
but not insignificant.
basically just enough to learn what this substance is. Understand?
Yeah, I
Pretty
also have a
much.
vial of healing water, but yeah. I have yet to find out how to make an infinite water source in this world.
It's not
Just
Minecraft.
use 2 water buckets.
This is
What?
not Minecraft.
Okay.
You sure about that?
I'm pretty sure about that.
It's
Well-
infinitely spreading and you can do basically whatever you want.
No, that's the plane of water, sir.
I've heard of
Oh, shit.
magic that can create water out of thin air, but I am too weak to cast it at the moment.
Yeah. It's in the book.
Well, if that will be all, I have some commissions to work on.
Yes,
All right.
of course.
We'll catch you later then.
As always, pleasure doing business with you.
Likewise. So she goes back to some previous work that she was doing.
And we walk out of the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Have we heard from Eleanor yet?
She has told you that she found someone who she thinks may be suitable, yes.
All right. Make them meet us at the mansion, I guess. Also, if I may give you a question, DM.
Yes.
How much was the chest of holding again?
It was some thousands of gold.
5,000.
Something like that. I don't remember.
Okay. Yes.
But
Back to the mansion.
You head back to the mansion, and Eleonora is there with a young half-elf, young-ish half-elf boy who is there in like a simple acolyte wear. And she introduces you. This is Juris. He is an apprentice acolyte, but he doesn't seem to be that suited for the clerical work of the temple. So I offered him an alternative.
Right.
And he seems somewhat embarrassed. He's probably older than you, Litrix, but he certainly seems like less well traveled, shall we say.
What do you know about keeping a house? I ask him. Well, like looking him up and down.
Make an insight check.
Can I also do
17.
an insight check?
Sure.
8.
8. Okay, so you just get a sense of that he's kind of shy. Litrix, you beyond that, when he starts answering, you also get the sense that he's being forthright, having been recruited by a higher level, I guess, person in the church. I've helped out around my house, keeping clean, and also somewhat in the temple. It's really the other stuff, the ceremonies and such, that I don't particularly. Well, I'm not good at them, to be honest.
Understandable.
But if you need to keep the house clean and the plants watered, I can do that.
Yeah, we have a garden-ish, plants.
Kind of
That
like a
may
winter garden.
yeah, winter garden that requires some overseeing from time to time. We have a lawn, dusting, and occasionally we get mail.
Yes, I was
So
informed of this by Lady Orhan. Is there
yes.
any particular care else that I should be aware of?
Not particularly. DM, did you say what did we find in the kitchen again? You said was it mice?
Bugs.
Bugs. Okay.
With
Well,
spring comes bugs.
right. I mean, it
We
seems that with the spring there's bugs. But not much else.
we do have a wine cellar, and most of the wine has gone bad, so probably shouldn't drink any of that. But other than that, I don't think there's anything special going on.
I mean, don't touch anything in my lab. Obviously, it can hurt you really badly. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Very well. I can get started now if you need. Or tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or whenever.
I mean, what time is it now? You said.
After returning from the monster shop, it would be like 5 p.m.
5 p.m. Okay. We don't have any supplies for dinner in the house, do we?
You don't. The things you
I
have
have
are
some
questionable.
basic rations with me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, I say to the elvish boy, half elf boy, what if you can go fetch us some food to eat, and
Specifically ingredients, I can prepare them.
I'll give him like, I don't know, 10 gold maybe.
10 gold. Oh my god.
I don't know how much
Rich
so.
boy syndrome. Bread costs like 3 copper.
How it's one banana. How much could it cost? $10.
I'm from Norway. A banana
yeah.
costs $10.
No, that's understandable.
Give him
Okay.
like 2 or 3.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So give him 2 gold then, and then I will take the horse, run off to the academy before they close, and buy a diplomatic pouch for the house to us.
A set, yes.
So
We
yeah.
can
So
we can have dinner, or we can show you around the house, and you can start cleaning tomorrow, if that's good with
yeah,
you.
Of course.
and I guess we are planning to go back tomorrow-ish.
Yeah.
So for today, we get dinner, we sleep, and then,
Today
we'll
we
leave.
feast.
Yes.
Okay.
Shit.
We have adopted an elf.
We'll also find you a bed, somewhere. I guess we have a few over, right?
That
Don't
should
we
not
have?
be necessary. I can come and go from my family's home.
Okay.
It's not that far.
Okay, it's up to you. I mean, yeah.
Whatever works best. As long as the house is clean, we're happy.
Yeah.
And Lady Orhan was telling me that you were going on adventures. So how long should I expect before your return?
See, that's what we're unsure of. It depends where the adventures go. Some adventures can be like a month, some can be like a small week. Yeah. It
Well,
really depends on where we go.
yeah, I think we'll be back within a month, but I really can't give you any guarantees. I'm sorry.
Well, I will do my best. So, with that conversation had, he goes off to buy some food and returns sometime later.
And I'll go and buy a diplomat's pouch.
I don't remember how much I said it was, so.
Don't either.
So let's just fudge that. You can afford it. We know that for sure. So you can get a set.
Yeah. Okay. How much should I put off though?
Like 150.
150. Okay, so
2 bars.
Yeah, or 2 cut sapphires.
Or 2 sapphires.
Or 1 and 1.
Or 1 and 1.
Or
We're
80
done.
gold and
Stop.
okay. Yeah, 2 cut sapphires. Yeah.
So you do that. You have dinner. You give him a small tour of the house, excluding the lab, I guess.
I mean, I'll show him the lab. I'll just tell him to not touch anything in the lab.
Okay.
Unless, he's dusting per se, but, minimal touching. Suddenly he, touches and things fall off and then the whole house is ablaze. You never know.
Drake is just terrifying this poor half-elf boy.
That is probably at least triple my age.
No, half elves are still.
Oh, so how old is he?
20.
Oh, he's not that much younger than me. then.
So yeah, you do that. You get the diplomat's pouch and all that, and the next day, if you want, you can head back to Rabath, where we will catch up next session, I think, to get the party back together. Sound good?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
Sounds cool to me.
All right. So that will be the end of that.